Hello and welcome to Media Watch. Today on the program we have a story from CNN about just what happens when presidential candidates use their first names.
We also have a story about British bobbies getting on the Calgary police force.
And finally today, we have a story from Global BC on some of the unique methods that Vancouver police officers are using to catch drunk drivers. Those are the stories, this is the program. You're in good hands with Media Watch.
They all hope someday to be called Mr. or Madam President, but in the meantime, they're not just name-calling, they're first name-calling.
Hillary's right.
If John is right.
Here's the problem, Hillary.
Barack has a lot of lobbyists who...
Whether Democrat or Republican, they're on a first-name basis.
Mike, you agreed. Mike, you make up facts faster than you talk.
They even bash each other using first names.
Hillary, you went on for 2 minutes now.
Well, John, the trial lawyers have given you millions and millions of dollars.
What you just repeated here today is patent. Wait, no, Hillary.
And while they're first naming each other,
John, it's all right, man.
there's one guy they tend to diss by resorting to his last name.
What Bush does, depending on whether Bush follows through.
They may not be just any Tom, Dick, or Harrys, but in the space of 10 seconds...
I'd also like to say something to my friend John.
Rudy first named Senator McCain 4 times.
John, yes, John.
But when Rudy was skirmishing with Mitt, the former governor kept calling Rudy...
Mayor, you know better than that. I asked the mayor again. Are you suggesting, Mr. Mayor? Because I think it's really kind of offensive.
And how did the mayor fire back?
It's unfortunate, but Mitt.
Mitt? Mitt? What kind of name is Mitt? Well, actually, Mitt Romney is named after a relative, Milton Romney, but that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is Mitt Romney's real first name. Willard! Yep, Willard, like the antisocial guy in the movie who preferred the company of rats. A campaign with a Willard in it could have been won.
That will have you...
Can I use the restroom?
...on the edge of your seat.
Willard Mitt Romney was named after his father's best friend, J. Willard Marriott, founder of the hotel chain, but Mitt dropped the Willard as a kid. Still, critics have a field day in this spoof attack ad.
Mitt Romney may look like a wholesome Kennedy-esque leader. Did you know his name isn't even Mitt? It's Willard Milton. What the is with that?
Using first names does make the whole process seem more civilized.
In a race where you got an African-American and a woman and John...
First names are rolling off their lips, even if they're biting their tongues.
I will be more than happy, Barack.
Hillary, I will be happy.
Jeannie Moe, CNN, New York.
All right.
It's been a long 6 months of training. But for 2 recruits, it's been an even longer journey to get here.
I applied for my residency 4 years ago to come over here.
John Ross and Mark Dixon were policing the alleys of Glasgow, Scotland, just last year.
We like to call ourselves the heart of the West.
Last December, we did a story on how the Calgary police went to the United Kingdom on a recruiting mission to look for new officers for its expanding force.
We've had great interest here. We've got members, police officers, general public that are asking us questions.
Bobbies, as they're known in the UK, with years of crime-fighting experience. More than 160 of them, including Ross and Dixon, took the Calgary police exam, hoping to bring that experience to Canada.
We found those were great applicants. They came to the table with soft skills that were enhanced. A style of policing in the United Kingdom relied more on talking, building relationships. So we valued that. That's something that you gain through experience here as well. And we don't have the luxury of waiting 5, 10 years for that experience to develop.
22 bobbies have been hired and are now in various stages of training in Calgary. And there is a lot to learn, like how to use a gun, In the UK, officers who carry guns are with special units.
I have to start from scratch learning how to use a handgun and a shotgun. I was previously in the military, however, they're totally different weapons, totally different drills.
Having 10 years of policing experience and law ingrained in me from the UK, I think I've used the term once that we're having to unlearn to learn, because you do obviously compare everything back to the UK. So it's a bit of a challenge for us because we're not a blank canvas. So a lot of times it takes a bit longer to understand some of the law and some of the kind of processes that are in place in the Calgary Police Service.
And despite a little teasing from their colleagues about those accents, these former Bobbies are looking forward to a new life as a Calgary cop and to raising their families in Canada.
I like the people, I like the weather, although I believe it does get cold here. I like the family values that Canadians seem to have and adhere to.
But they may be the last UK recruits for a while. Even though the overseas recruitment program was a success, Calgary police say for now they will concentrate their efforts closer to home. Melissa Fung, CBC News, Calgary.
It's Project Wolf. Would you like fries with that? It's monitoring motorists coming through drive-thrus, trying to catch the hungry and the impaired.
I think it's a great idea. Yeah, anywhere they can catch anybody off guard and they want to go for a quick snack to absorb the alcohol, I think that's a great idea.
How many times that I've seen drunk people going through the drive-thrus, it's smart. Have someone sitting in the window there. And when they come up and they see, when they tell them pull over.
The officers are stationed right inside the fast food outlets, listening to the orders, maybe even sniffing the motorist with the munchies to see if they're drunk or stoned.
We've got about 3 of the different food outlets on board with us here in Surrey, assisting our traffic members. What's happening is we're not interfering at all with the service delivery of the food. We have a member inside, a regular police officer inside in civilian dress, and they're watching for people that are coming through that are showing signs of having too much to drink and being behind the wheel. After the service has been provided, the car is driving out, they're then being intercepted by a member in uniform in a police car.
And in the short time that Project Wolf has been running, police say they've made a number of impaired driving arrests and 24-hour roadside suspensions.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this episode of Media Watch. From all of us at iNet, thanks for watching.
Peace out.